What up, ladies and gentlemen? Welcome to the Binge Eater Podcast. It's your boy, a full-grown man, me, the South Spouse. I'm here with Big Lynch on the ones and twos and Donnie Duckets on the threes and fours. That's stupid. Are there threes and fours, Donnie?
There is in drumming.
Okay. But people are on the ones and twos. Probably the same guy who's on the ones and twos is also on the threes and fours, I would assume.
I would hope, unless it's like it's
a big band.
Unless there's multiple percussionists.
But then they're all on their own ones and twos. We just got mad ones and twos. Ones and twoses.
This bit sucks.
Yeah, how do you feel about splitting the bill when you go on a date? That's what I really want to know, boys. Lynch, Donnie, take your girl out. That girl of yours.
Yeah, my girl that's 28 years old.
That's right. I made a joke a couple weeks ago, right? It was me that said it.
Yeah.
It was
well, I said my girlfriend's 10 years younger than me, and you said, yeah, that's weird because you're 25, but I'm 38.
Yeah.
And nobody, some people didn't get it.
Yeah, because we didn't stop and say it was a joke or anything. Yeah, so just so you guys know, Donnie's not dating a child. So you're splitting the bill. Splitting the bill. How do you feel about that? It's completely different because
how do I feel?
At the end of the day, like Lynch, like that's like you're a married man.
No, because you're missing
the wife.
No, you're missing the point of splitting the bill. The splitting the bill and this whole debate that's sort of gone viral online. It's not about splitting the bill with a date. It's about being out with a group of people. It's like someone's birthday, and they go, "Okay, we're splitting the bill," and some guy is losing his absolute mind. He's like, "I am not splitting this bill with you." It was like a $4,000 bill. He's like, "I got this." They start like itemizing everything he ordered and like freaking out on the people around him. And I guess this is sort of a hot.
We should talk about both.
Yeah, we should talk about both. So I'm curious.
Sure.
As of,
I have strong feelings about this. I have very strong feelings about this.
You go on a date, like let's just say, like it's your first date. It's
okay. See, already that's online. Context. First date. Okay.
You match a girl online. What are you going to do? Are you going to establish something here, or is it like you asked her out on a date, so you're going to pay for the date because you asked her out on a date? But then once you guys get serious, it's like, I'm not buying every movie until the end of time. I'm not going to pay for your dinner every single time. Sometime maybe we just split it.
Mm-hmm.
Right?
Yeah. I mean, I think depends on how you kind of start. But yeah, typically if I'm asking, then I'm paying. And also, even if I'm not, no matter what, I think on the first date, I would probably try to pay.
Okay, but what if you could look up her salary publicly online and it said it was making like $250,000 a year? You're like, oh, I'm looking through LinkedIn. I'm trying to find more information about this person.
It would depend.
And you see that they're like, I don't know, some VP at a large company or something like that. And
you getting
like,
that Netflix nook? That CEO
with
Netflix nook?
It changes only depending on where we're going. Like if we're like going to the most expensive restaurant, a place I've never even been to because it's so expensive, and I know that she's some VP of something or other.
Sure.
You're taking her to La Queue de Cheval?
Listen, I had an experience recently in a group setting, and my take on the group bill thing.
I didn't know you were swinging like that.
Yeah, who's getting and who's nutting?
I'm in a new city.
Who's a boomer?
I'm in a new city. Relax with the gunning and booming. Okay, I'm in a new city. I'm in a new city with I've been brought out to sort of meet people. Which is not my favorite thing to do at this stage in my life.
Yeah, you like gooning.
Yeah, I do a little bit. Exactly.
They're watching this and they're all super offended. They're like, he said he had a good time.
Guess what? You know what? I'm not afraid to say what I really think. And I said it live in person. But what happened is that it's a group setting. It's 8 people, which already I'm mad.
And you're like, I'm mad.
I hate people. And you know I hate people. You know I call the boomer when I... Okay, sorry.
No, they what happened is that they get someone picked the restaurant, I don't know, whatever. I show up and they hand out all the menus.
No, dox them. Who fucked up, bro?
What kind of restaurant?
Who fucked up?
It was an Italian restaurant, a fancy,
that's a fuck up.
That's fine.
Nice restaurant.
You think that's a fuck up?
It's just this. not going to be that many low carb options.
Yeah, but that's not what you're thinking in a group
No,
scenario.
it's like
You're not like,
if
I
you saw what I ordered the risotto. I was not worried about the carbs. I was it came out in a dog bowl. It was fucking the biggest thing of risotto I've ever had in my life.
That's lit though.
That's
Risotto.
what they
really-
do with some videos. They do that with the nut. It comes out in a
relax.
dog bowl, and they're
Too
like,
early for
"There's
that.
the money shot."
We're in too early. This way.
I didn't say any word that would be flagged by the subtitles.
A lot of runny
You could say
mascara. There's a
could
lot
say
of runny mascara.
AI knows
in
you.
this
AI
scenario.
knows you. They know what you're doing. They know what
They
you're
really don't. Sometimes they recommend a video to me, and I'm like, "Dude, you fucking don't know me at all, do you?"
You're like, I am not straight anymore. This
Oh,
means
can I just
nothing
tell
to
you
me.
what happened to me?
I'm gonna tell
Okay,
you again.
you gooners. The person that one of the people there proceeds to be like, "Why don't we just all share? I'll order." And there's
instant
one thing
fuck
about me.
Is that my mom?
my wife. I start kicking my wife under the table.
My wife.
Yeah.
I start kicking her. I'm like,
That's
kicking
where
her.
I'm at too.
And
That's
I'm
where
like-
I
I'm like-
exactly.
And then,
where
and
I
I'm
would be.
like, I speak up. I'm like, listen, I'm really sorry. You guys are on your own for that adventure. I have to order my own food. And these are people I know them, but I've come to a point in my life where I'm no longer willing. If I'm going to go to a restaurant, I know I'm splitting the bill. Even I don't care. We're splitting this bill. This bill. I don't even drink. Imagine that. I don't drink, so everyone's drinking. I'm going to pay the same amount that everyone else is going to pay. I'm not, unlike this person in this video, I'm not going to itemize my list and be like, no. Bring the bill over to me. But if I'm going to do that, I refuse to follow someone ordering from me. I need to have
But you
control of my
have to
ordering.
do that. What that guy did. If you're not going to split it, you have to be like, check this out.
But what do you mean? I'm there and someone's ordering for me. I think that's worse than splitting the bill. Like I should at least have the power to make my own order.
Oh, for sure.
That's the part
hate-
that drove me crazy. I
hate
said
sharing.
it in the moment. But
Well,
sharing,
but sharing is this? But you're at an Italian restaurant. Are you at like Buca di Beppo?
it's like
Yeah.
a
Like,
fancy
are you
place.
like?
It's
Is it
let's
is it
try
a
a bunch of
sharing
stuff.
Italian restaurant though?
No, it's not. It's like you can make it sharing, but not really. No, it's not like a tapas type situation.
So you're like
you know?
passing around bowls of
So
gnocchi and shit.
Thank you. So that's
That's
what I said.
insane.
What
And,
is it
and
like?
everyone
Is it
was like,
the bowl is for one person, and
Bro,
everyone's just
everyone's ribbing
I'll
me.
take 25%
Yeah,
of a one person.
exactly.
I took the hit.
Is that what it is though? But is that what?
Yeah,
they're
yeah,
saying?
yeah,
Oh, that's
exactly. Like-
stupid. I would.
Like we're
I
gonna
would
order some
literally-
lamb. We want to get lamb. It's like lamb together as a dish, and they're like, we're gonna split it. I'm like, how the
This
fuck
is
do you
how.
split
This is
lamb?
how I make friends later in life. By the way, I would
Why?
be in a scenario like you.
Yeah.
And I would be thinking that, and someone would be like, excuse me, everyone, I don't want to share the meals with you guys. And I'd be there and I'd be like, hey, me neither. I don't want to share the meals. I agree with him. And then I look at him and I'm like,
It's funny.
And then after, I was like, yo, you remember when those fucking pussies wanted us all fucking licking from the same pasta bowl like fucking dogs?
Like,
And then
like,
you and I, bro,
like epic mealtime Japan vlogs.
See, everyone was trying to
biting
put me
everything,
down.
passing it.
Yeah.
People in there biting it and then passing it along, and it's just a fucking one.
Everyone trying to put me down. Like, you know what? Like, they're all like, okay, all right.
Yeah,
And then
yeah, of
and then I
course,
hear
that's
one
what
husband, I hear
happens.
one other guy in the far corner.
He's like,
And he's like,
saying booers.
he's like, oh. I can tell he's not down with the sharing, but he got a look. And I'm like, oh, shit, this guy. Like, he
See,
wishes.
you know,
he
if-
wishes
You're
he
like,
could do.
this
really
guy's
funny.
me, but with a bitchier wife.
breaking your chops. Like you're good with that. It's such a funny term. Like I put on Taxi Driver the other day. Like and he like made a joke to the guy, and the guy's like, "You breaking my chops?
Busting
You busted
my
my
chops?
you busted my chops?"
Yeah.
And I got really muncho. Bro, he's breaking my chops. This guy. Let me tell you. Not
Tell
for
me,
nothing,
you
bro.
ever get your
The
chops
guy's-
broken?
Not for nothing. You know what it is having your chops broken, bro. Not for nothing. The guy was like, "You busted my chops," and I thought about how that guy in the movie. I was like, "Oh, busting your chops." Like you can bust my chops all day long. Everyone can bust my chops. I could be like, "Pass me the Kleenex," and they'd be like, "Hey, you gotta look around and take it." Okay, go. And like you could do that all day, but. Big Lynch, for those listening at home, that's not a guy you could bust his chops all day. So
Yeah.
even in that moment when like that, you like there, this wouldn't have been a story for me. I would have been like, nah, your whole sharing meals is stupid as hell. I'm going to order my own shit the most. And in fact, everything I'm going to order is going to fuck up the whole scene and you're going to have too much food now because I'm going to over order. It's going to be I'm going to mess up with the whole economy of the table here. And people would be like, that's this guy. He's got to be the guy that he loves you guys. You should have seen him at the lobster. And like the whole thing that anything, I wouldn't even think about it. But you don't bust Lynch's chops, though. You don't. I don't bust Lynch's
especially
chops.
his lamb chops.
Actually, I didn't. You know what?
You got that lamb chop.
And
I ate it.
everyone's running their mouth. You're right, Harley. You can bust my chops. Certain people can bust my chops. It's okay. I can handle certain people. But if I'm in a situation like that, I just don't have the patience to be like, okay, I'm going to go along with the plan here. I'm like, I'm about to spend hundreds of dollars on dinner. I'm like, I am going to eat exactly what I want to eat, and no one is going to order for me, especially ordering for me. That's just like not a thing that I enjoy.
Mm-hmm.
Someone be like, oh, don't worry, I got it. I've never understood that. I've never understood someone be like, you know what? I got you. I'm going to pick it. Like it's got to, that doesn't work for me. Maybe if you're a bitch,
you've never been to dinner with Dennis Reynolds, then.
You're not a manifestor generator, dog. What do you want me to tell you? Now, the thing is, like, I was out for dinner, and it was like led to a couple mess ups. So my mom, a family member, cousin of mine, my boy.
Years ago.
You know him, anyways.
Which one?
Brandon.
Oh yeah.
My mom was like, oh yeah, let's go out for dinner with the cousin, and and I'm like, yeah. She's like, where do you want to eat? And I'm like, I don't know, here. She's like, no. And she's like, where? And I'm like, seafood boil. Leave me alone. I'm playing Xbox, And so I said seafood boil, and then the night comes, I'm like, oh, seafood boil. Not like I go out a lot to eat with Brent. Like, does he?
What
like
is that?
this?
That's like an Xbox gamer tag.
Seafood boil. He's coming on next week. He does coke.
Seafood boil 1195.
No, it's you order, like, you sit there and you're like mussels and lobster, and then like 20 minutes later they bring a steaming hot plastic bag to your table and slice it open with a shank.
They're like,
and out comes out as like,
this shit for you.
out comes out as like corn on the cob and potatoes and rice and whatever fish dishes you ordered on the table, and you eat it with your hands like a fucking I
Dude,
remember.
what the fuck are you talking about? We've both been living here for our entire lives. I've never heard or seen anyone else do this.
Fishing.
What, seafood boil?
Where and what? Where? Tell me.
Seafood boil places opened up in the last 7 months in classic Dollard fashion. It's like I've been enjoying that, like, in Toronto across the street from me, like for years, but like we just got them here, so I went and I checked them out, and they're pretty good. They're good spots. I mean, shout out fucking Oh Crab. But anyways,
okay.
So I told him exactly. It's like, imagine you were coming and I was like, oh, by the way, do you like seafood boil? You're like, I was looking at the menu. What's up? And I'm like, oh, they're going to dump a bag in front of you on the table, directly on the table. And they give you gloves and a bib. And you're going to fucking eat rice with your hands across from my mom. Like we're in fucking. Anyways. So the seafood boil spot, and I'm pulling up and I'm like, Brad, do you like this? But do you like seafood boil, by the way? He's like, I was looking at the menu and I'm like, oh, you don't even know what this is. I'm like, do you like shrimp? He's like, man. I'm like, you like mussels? He's like, And I'm like, bro, you're eating shrimp and mussels tonight. But so we got there. He just got like a shrimp dish, but his girl was there and she was being very polite. Like, she's not out there and she's just, she's outgoing, but like, just food wise, like, what am I gonna order to dump on the table? And when the ordering process was getting close, I saw mistakes happening because she was blasé. She was like, sure. And she ate mussels. The guy brought out mussels. It's a thing that happens sometimes when the epic mealtime guy pulls up, they bring out some food for free. So he brought out like some mussels and she ate the mussels, and they were kind of like very fishy and all that. And I'm like, oh, you like that? She's like, oh, I love that shit. I'm like, do you like what's on the menu? Do you like? She's like, I love everything. But she was about to get like hot dogs and rice or some shit because she was sharing. And I was like,
that's what I would have gotten.
Yeah, exactly. And I was like, oh, wait, why don't you let him and her order together? You and I, if you want to get crazy, I'm about to do some crazy shit right now. Do you want to get crazy? And she was like, yeah, let's get fucking crazy. And I'm like, okay, like, are you down with like whatever shit goes down right now? And she's like, I'm down like more than you. So like go off. And I was like, shit, da, 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 da. And I ordered just like up some crazy shit. I was just like, can we get like boogers? You got fish boogers back there with hot sauce and horseradish. But that was a moment where I stepped up and I ordered for a person because I was like ordering for myself. And there are times I'm sitting at a table and I'm like, yo, you guys can do whatever you want. And that's fine. But I'm ordering the quadruple XL nachos and I only want a bite. So there's going to be a plate of nachos here and I want a bite because I'm ordering 4 other things. So just know that whatever you get, there's nachos here. Even the waiter comes sometimes, I'll grab his wrist. And I'm like, hey, I'm not going to eat all this. You can take this home and give it to your roommate or what, bro? I'll meet you outside. You want me to put it on the hood of your car? Take this 20. Take this 20. It's in my zipper. Take it.
See, I have Harley's on my list of my people that's allowed to order food while I'm at the table because him and I are pretty much simpatico when it comes to food for the most part. It's pretty much order as much as possible, especially if we've never been there before. Order everything on the menu. Like 99% of the time, like he has my trust. This person didn't have my trust yet. And it was not.
Everyone needs to know that's actually huge. Like even as his cousin, I've never heard that out loud. Oh, dude, he's a very picky person. Yeah. Donnie is very picky, also.
Dude, can we tell the story?
You're both very snobby eaters, by the way. I eat at places,
I'm okay with
but
that.
I want to hold on.
I'm okay with
I
that.
eat at places, and they're both like, "You fucking fucking Subway."
No, there's something important here, though. I will split the bill. I'll walk into a situation, but I'm going to split the bill only because I don't want to do what this guy is doing in this video. I don't want to sit around and itemize and argue and just do that whole thing. I do. To me, it's just not worth it. I don't want to deal. Like I just want to deal with it. I don't care, but I respect it because ultimately, like, it is kind of a weird thing to just be like. It's like,
so here's the thing. Just so everyone knows, it's like we're dealing with like 6 or 7 people here, and they all went out to dinner. Some people drink alcohol, some people don't. Some people wanted to get the expensive meal and take a picture with it for Instagram. Other people just got like an appetizer and split it with their friend. The bill came and they're like equal ways, 7 ways, and he's like, I got a fucking drink, an appetizer, and I split that. You got a fucking Ace of Spades bottle, and you got a fucking the dumbest things to take instant. I wasn't in the picture. Big bill.
Yeah, it was like over.
Because that's another debate, like Curb Your Enthusiasm. Talking about, then why were you in the Instagram picture though? Show me your Instagram. Oh, so you could post it on Instagram, but you won't buy it. Okay,
here's the thing. It's down. Like, I don't want to be the guy going through and itemizing, but here's the other thing: don't make me an asshole. You know what you did. Fucking,
they all know what happened here. They tried to make a move here.
Exactly.
They tried to make a move.
So then I'm not mad at the guy that's itemizing. I'm mad at the people that are making moves to put this fucking guy on the spot.
I know, but
you know what you have to do here? What you have to do here is you have to know the people you're with. You have to
and not share with them, like, if you know what
I would literally, like, if I did not want to do this, and this happened once. I went out to a fancy dinner with this person I know, a friend of theirs who I met, and a famous athlete who had like some
PJ Stock,
some girl with him who he was slamming, and she was married to a different person. I didn't know that. When I watched them slam in the cigar room. No, but so I'm there with this guy I know, a buddy of mine, his friend who I just met, this professional athlete, and this girl that he's slamming. We go to this place, and I got a Caesar salad, and I got a steak, and a Coke Zero. She got like this tuna tartare appetizer type thing. She got like 6 drinks. He got 2 cigars because they have like a cigar thing there. And they got he got like a like a nice steak and appetizer, the drinks. My buddy got drinks and his buddy got drink. I didn't drink a single thing. And I was sitting there, and at one point I stood up and I took out money that was my amount, and I left like a fat ass like 30% tip. So I got everything that I did. I did the math and I took that and I got the 30% tip. And when the bill came and it went down, I took up my money and I put it on right away. Oh, this is an important part of this. At some point, the professional athlete was like, oh, we're running late. I have to go to this show and then fuck this girl all night or whatever. So they were like, peace. And he was like, how much do I owe for dinner? And my buddy was like, no, I got you. So I heard that. I was like, oh, you got him. Okay. And then he left. So then I put the money down and he looked at me. He's like, I thought we're splitting it. And I was like, well, if we were splitting it, then when you told that cool athlete and that hot girl he was about to fuck that you got them, why weren't you like, we got you? You said you. I want him to know the next time if I ever see him, I'll be like, yo, you remember this? When I take me to dinner, we go fuck someone together. Like, if you were gonna take credit for it, I want that credit. So I'm not buying his fucking girl's tuna tartare unless that bitch knows that I'm fucking getting the tartare.
Sight unseen.
I know who you're referencing. I'm pretty sure, and he's notoriously cheap, actually.
Yeah, and he wanted, but the biggest thing was he was like, he was
Brett
like, yo,
Favre,
don't even
you
worry.
fucking thief.
He's like, don't even worry, I got you. I got you. And so then when I put the money, he was like, I thought we were splitting.
I'm talking about the athlete.
I was like, no shot. Yeah, I was like, no shot. We're paying. I'm like, I didn't drink anything at all. I'm like, you had like four. I'm like, you told them that you were paying. I'm like, how many drinks that bitch had?
Yeah, I think it's also tough because you should advocate for a better splitting of the bill because some people realistically can't afford a $4,000 bill and don't want to split it evenly and have to be strategic when they go to a restaurant. I've been in that position many times in my life when I was younger, when I didn't have money. I rich
friends.
Yeah, you have rich friends.
Hanging out with gangsters.
Hanging out with people who have money and you don't, and then you get in these situations and it's very uncomfortable. It makes you feel uncomfortable. It makes you feel like shit, frankly, because you're like, oh,
the worst.
I can't actually afford this situation. I may have like $100 in my bank account or something like that at that point in time, and a credit card.
Bro, you ever been jammed up and like kind of tucked away somewhere?
Oh, I've been
transferring funds on your phone.
I've been jammed up. In fact, I caught a guy doing that at like a fast food place, and I instantly bought his meal. And I was like, "This."
Was he wearing worker boots?
Well, I was going to ask.
He actually was wearing worker boots. That's actually precisely.
I don't know if you guys know this is something that Lynch has been doing for probably like a decade. Whenever he sees a guy in work boots and he's about to buy lunch, Lynch is always like, not today, buddy. And he buys that. And I'm honestly, we should do that now. Big Lynch move, guys. You ever see a dude in work boots? You got to buy his lunch.
Well, I got to make up for myself.
You got to suck him off if he's down with that too. You ever had a sweaty work dick in your mouth in Tim Hortons?
I'd rather pay for their coffee than suck their dick, personally. But hey.
Yeah?
Yeah, I think so.
Well, yeah.
So yeah,
so
you know what? I'm advocating for more awareness ultimately, and it looks like this video brought that awareness to the table. And you lose out.
Who was that dude talking?
Someone who was about his business, that's for sure.
Yeah.
Where do you guys land though? What do you think? No one really like confirmed what they thought. We just told like 10 different stories.
On what? Splitting the bill?
If you're in a group, what do you?
First of all,
do you split the bill evenly? And how do you feel personally?
I'll tell you straight up. On a date, I'm paying. Every single time, no matter what. Like, there's no shot.
Unless it was discussed that she's really not into guys staying.
I think shot. Listen, I'm just saying, even if we're dating, even if we're together, there's no shot that at my big age, I'm going to make this 23-year-old girl pay for her own meal.
What if she ordered an extra slice of cheese on her burger?
Of course.
Okay.
Unless I thought, and this is the most toxic male thing about me, if I thought that burger had plenty of cheese already,
other than that shirt,
I'd be like, hold up. Yeah, my gas station hat. And my mustache and my heart.
I like that hat better than the other one, by the way.
The crazy thing about Binge is my cock's always hard, pointing straight up.
You're gonna hear that with the Angry Birds call over. Yeah, we have to say we're joking.
Yeah, we're joking, by the way.
Fuck.
Yeah.
What were we saying?
Something about sucking off a guy in Tim Hortons.
No, you're going back to the date thing. That's what would you in this scenario?
So listen, unless there's a specific discussion where some girls like, I'm so turned off when guys take me on a date and think they have to pay, if that discussion wasn't had, then I'm 100% going to pay.
It's funny because I've never heard that.
Way more
it's funny because I've
realistic.
never heard that though. What he just said.
What? I was
Right, because I think I date
wrong
left of you.
I've never heard someone being like, I do not want him to pay for my meal.
You know what? I have to say, I'm going to admit something right now because my wife has been clowning me about this. When we first started dating, I wasn't a big date guy. When I was a single guy, I didn't really go on that.
Yeah, you date much
Big
more now that you're
husband
married.
Huh?
I said you date much more now that you're married.
I've been on more dates since I've been married, than when I was single.
With men.
Got big husband energy, very bad boyfriend energy.
Yeah,
Good dad energy, great dad energy, solid
Bad-
husband energy, terrible
bad
boyfriend
boyfriend.
energy.
Yeah.
Good dad energy, very shitty uncle energy.
Well, listen, you know what? The truth is, I was at one point in my life, I really didn't have, I didn't have a lot of cash. That's the reality. So if I went on a date with a girl, look, I wasn't scared to be upfront. I'd be like, nah, listen.
Yeah, well, lucky you
Pay for your
could bring your
sandwich.
girthy cock. All I brought was this hammer.
Yeah, that's not what happened.
And a
I just
Finsky.
was upfront about it. You know,
I
was
come
like,
through and
all
I'm
right.
like, "Ooh, I gotta pay for this, don't I?"
Okay, well, hold on. When you were dating girls when you were younger, like in high school, and you didn't really have money, right? Like,
Bro,
you didn't
when I
have
was
money.
dating girls in high
What
school, we
did-
were riding our bikes and getting stoned in the forest and stealing
Okay,
gum.
it was
from
a
the fucking
no-brainer.
store.
It was a
I-
no-brainer that we were splitting in high school, like
So-
all the time, literally all the time, and
That's
like
right? That's what
we
happened in high
split
school.
everything to the point that when things when we got screwed on, if we ordered dinner and it came out more than we expected, we were both like, "What the fuck?"
Yeah.
Yeah. You were both like,
You were like teaming up to handle it, and that was okay. And
Yeah,
and that's
and
the thing.
then-
I also
you
dated.
call your dad and you're like, can you e-transfer me?
Well, what if you did? What if you you did? I happened to date a few girls who, frankly, came from much wealthier families than I did. So they would do rich shit. You know what I mean? Like rich shit that I didn't do. They went the first time I went to a fancy restaurant was with my ex-girlfriend. I had never been to a restaurant like this before, and I walked in, and since then I've been to like a million like that. But it's just it was like a.
I didn't know how to
fancy place.
order. Where you're
I
like,
was like-
wait, $45 gives you just a steak,
Yeah, exactly.
no
Or
French
chicken.
fries, and they're like, "There's no French fries here, bro."
Yeah.
I ordered the cheapest thing on the menu just to keep it, proper.
You should always do that, anyways. Even like
Well-
you should always just
You're like, can
plan on you might
Yeah.
eat later, maybe.
You're like you just order a
I actually don't
slice of
agree with that.
cheese.
I don't agree with that anymore.
The cheapest thing on the menu is extra
Because now-
cheese, so
now
they
that
just
I-
bring you cheese on a plate, like one slice of cheddar. You're like, thank you.
They're
Now
like,
that I-
"There's no cheese here, bro."
Now that I can afford my own dinners, and I'm not.
You
relying
like
on-
them? Tell me.
I love-
Swear to God.
dude. Now that I can afford my own dinners, and I love my dinners, and I'd like to go for dinners.
Start my life, bro. Love
I swear.
dinners.
Bro, I swear, dinner is great. And now that I can afford, if someone is if
That's
up in the air
merch,
who's
bro.
paying,
That's
I
merch.
order whatever I want because I'm willing to pay for whatever I'm going to order. Back in the day, I didn't,
That's why I don't like people paying for me when we go to dinner.
Hate that.
Yeah.
Hate
I go
people
there, I'm
paying
like,
for
no,
me
bro, because I
yeah.
want to order things and I want to
Without
take
guilt.
it home.
Yeah.
Like I want to order something that I'm not even eating here.
You're like, I need 2 desserts.
I want
I
to bring someone
one bite of
something.
each.
Like, don't bother me.
Every time I share, every time it's like a table share, I don't mind sharing like an appetizer or something. But every time it's like a complete share, I always leave A, feeling like I paid too much, and B, feeling like I ate too little.
And I
Like,
never,
I leave
never had a
hungry.
good time. Did you
Yeah.
have a good time? I was
No,
never like, oh, this
I
is the
leave
best
hungry
night
every
ever.
time. Because the thing is, I eat a lot. Like I want to eat a bit too much, but you feel like when you're with people, and same like you said, when someone else is paying, and then when it comes time to order, you're like, all right, I guess I'll just get the burger then, because it's like $13 cheaper than the thing you actually want.
Yeah,
That's
but I don't.
why
I
at
don't agree with
Olive
that
Garden,
anymore.
that's why at the Olive Garden, they have like these iPads at the table and like
Yeah.
you do your whole thing. And not only could you play games and get like fucking microtransactions at the Olive Garden table, but like when the bill
Microdose.
comes, it's like very much like handling it on an iPad amongst yourselves without a like 22-year-old standing there like, so you're paying for them and they're this. It's like you sit there and you just like do the touch and it's all like at the table there. And I would like that. You sit down, imagine you sat down and like it's just right there. Your money, it's like your thing.
That's like social score China shit, bro.
Yeah. Maybe I am.
You sit down, scan your retinas, and they fucking subtract the cost of your meal directly from your social currency.
I gotta have a decent starting base there. Social currency.
I don't think you guys actually answered the question in the end, by the way.
So equal splitting is fucking insane.
You're going back to
it's
dating,
insane unless the difference is negligible. It's like, okay, I got a $27 plate, you got a $31 plate. Like, I don't care.
But are you calculating the whole meal? You sitting there like counting everyone's dollars?
I'm low key taking inventory when people are ordering.
I think drinks are the most egregious. You start catching
drinks. I want to. If it's at that point, I'll turn to the waiter. I'll be like, put the drinks on a separate fucking bill, and they're splitting that shit.
Yeah, you could say all that without any swearing, though.
Do you think they should
just be like,
I'm mad, though. I'm mad.
Yeah, I know. But like,
you're like pointing aggressively at this person. You're like, there.
Yeah. I've been in scenarios where I'm like, oh, yeah, like, here, let's go. Like, why don't I'll take you guys for dinner. And then we go out and like we sit down and the waiter's like, any drinks? I'm like, no, I'm good. And then the person who I'm taking out, they're like, can I get the cocksucker mojito margarita? And I'm like,
with a side of cum.
I don't think anything. And in fact, I've considered that this whole bill might be $50 more because maybe this person drinks. But it is interesting because I'm like, as soon as it happens, I'm like, huh, really? I would never.
Yeah.
If I was so thirsty and someone was like, I got you for this thing, I'd be like, sure. There's no shot that I'd be like, can I get a $20 nonsense fucking garbage sugar fucking
flavor
drink
of the month
that's
cocktail.
Not even going to give me a buzz that you know?
No near as big a buzz as
do
the
that.
Diet Coke, that's for sure.
I feel like
100%.
Even though Diet Coke's under attack right now.
I feel like I had an awkward phase with Harley where it's like we would go out maybe with our ex-girlfriends that we were with at the time and like
He'd big time you, eh?
No, but I didn't want him to. I like because
No,
I'm not talking extravagant meals. We would go out like local.
No, he bought your McDonald's and he laughed at you.
No, he would pay sometimes, and then like I would try to either pay my half. And I have this one funny memory of like this breakfast place that we would always frequent, and Harley was kind of like a swinging dick in this place, and like not
day
because he was there every day, and just because it was like. You know, the channel was big and like fucking Harley was humble, but like people were fucking anyways. So we're there.
I came in and I'd be like, hey, yes, I'm stoned. And people be like, that's the guy that did the thing with the food.
Yeah. So I go at one point, I'm like, we finish eating. I'm like, I'm going to go piss. And I go and I grab the waiter and I'm like, hey man, I'm going to pay for our table.
Like pay for my meal and my girlfriend and him and his girlfriend.
Yeah.
And normally it's me that does this.
Yeah, because Harley would sneak away and do this sometimes. So I sneak away and go do it. And I tell the waiter, and the waiter kind of like knows Harley a bit because Harley's there all the time. But like, I know Harley's betters than you, bro. So don't worry about what I'm saying. So I'm like, hey, man, I'm going to pay for the table. And he goes, oh, no, Mr. Harley's not going to like that. And I'm like,
and you were like, that fucking idiot.
Yeah, I'm like, don't fucking worry about what Mr. Harley's going to say, okay?
Yeah,
don't worry.
That's because I always gave a nice tip. He's
exactly.
I hope you give what Mr. Harley gives.
I think he literally thought that. I didn't think it at the time, but looking back on it, I'm like, oh, this guy for sure was like, no, I want him to pay.
Yeah, he's like, I want that extra $6. That's for sure coming true.
I mean, I didn't stiff him, but.
Well, do you ever, if you're splitting the bill, do you ever ask people what they're tipping?
I think tip coordination is a good thing. Kind of like, I'm going to a wedding on Sunday, and like best believe I called my father and my sister, who are also coming, and was like, what are you giving?
High, obviously. Because
you want to, I'm high all the time, bro. But yeah.
You give them $18 or what?
Yeah, exactly. I'm going bare bones.
You're going to the
guys. High means 18.
And usually, if you go to a Jewish wedding, I'm assuming you're going to a Jewish wedding.
They like giving multiples.
It's
$180.
It's a hybrid. It's a hybrid wedding.
Life times 10, bro. Yeah, $180. Life times 10.
This is the ultimate wedding. This is the hybrid Jewish-Italian wedding.
Is there a
Pizza
hopo?
bagel extravaganza.
Pizza bagel. It's so true. I never thought that was like the perfect clash of cultures right there, is the pizza bagel.
Pizza bagel.
Sick. I fuck with the pizza
Shout out
bagel.
to Tony Hawk and the Bagel Bites commercial from like 2000.
Shout out to the Totino's Fortnite training center.
All right.
Okay.
Sorry, what?
Okay. Speaking of Totino's Fortnite training center, I was
I
playing.
thought you said
PG.
Tino's.
This is going to be the worst segue. Hold on. Just pause life right now. Let's hear how bad this segue is. Speaking of the Totino's.
I thought you said
fucking
Tino's. I was
cock
like, who's Tino's? I was like,
First of all,
Continue.
I'm a professional, bitch. You know what the Totino's Fortnite training room is?
I don't, but I have a funny feeling you're going to tell me.
Thieves. It's at the 100 Thieves Cash App Gaming Complex.
the only thing.
100 Thieves.
It's like Mad Libs.
Optic nade shot. Right?
Well, I
He's
know
in.
Optic Nade
Keep
shot.
up. He's in PGA 2K23 playable character.
See, that's
You
the
go
only
through,
thing.
you see like
That's
Tiger
the
Woods.
only part I understood.
Tiger Woods. Then you get John Cena, and then you get nade shot.
Yeah. Well, I that's the only thing I know about him.
Bro, who told you
Except
that
for golf
can? Did you read that off that fucking can you're drinking?
clubs. The world history.
Face up, bitch.
Yeah.
Yeah, so I would never split the bill, and I would be like, "You're completely insane if you think I would ever spend this."
Oh, you wouldn't split. You would. Split.
I am very comfortable if I'm there, this exact scenario, being like, "No way, no way." I'd be like, "Are you serious?" Literally, like, we're calling people up. Everyone, take out your phone, pick a person,
Yeah,
we're
phone a
calling them
friend.
up. Let's
Yeah.
fucking see
Okay,
what
but-
everyone thinks about
We
this
need
shit.
some, you need some impartial
Well, like how
judges.
much time? My issue is that I have a time limit of how much I'm willing to spend how much time I'm willing to spend at a restaurant. This is
That is
another
true.
big thing. I have, in fact, this same dinner ended up being a 4-hour dinner, and
No, too much.
I literally said, I'm like, that's it, they're done. This is the only dinner you get from me. I'm never doing this again. 4 hours is never happening. I refuse. I'm
Dude.
like, who wants to sit in a chair for 4 hours? Unless I'm talking to you guys.
Dude, when I
Bro,
when I
you're weird employed. You don't have to do that. You're weird employed. You literally just could be like, "Oh, I'm fucking doing a podcast tonight. We just booked Goblin. He's going to talk about Coke. I gotta go."
It's
He's
funny
gonna-
because
job.
He's gonna
I'm
break down
no-
ketamine for me. What do you mean? No one even know. Like, you're right. No one knows anything about me. I'm just a mystery that exists.
You're an enigma.
Pretty much.
No, I'm fucking normie employed, and I still have to pull that sometimes. It's so weird for me too, because people will be like, "Oh, can you have to have a condo meeting?" And I'm like, "Sorry, I'm doing a podcast." They're like, "What the fuck are you doing in a podcast?"
You're like, "What? You never heard of a 30-something-year-old white guy who has his own podcast?" Yeah. Things like this can happen sometimes. Yeah. I would tell those people to fuck off about
Yeah,
spending
and-
the money on the thing.
Okay.
and staying
Okay.
too long. Because honestly,
Okay.
I'm with you on that. When I'm done eating in a restaurant, I stand up. I stand up as I'm chewing the last bite.
Oh, I did see something that Harley. I'm surprised you never sent me. I'm actually kind of think you're kind of bitch made. I never got this piece of information from you. I thought you were like BTS. I know you're a Jimin super fan. I don't know if that's still a thing to you or not. I know
Good.
that
Talk
you
about
know
BTS.
BTS. Like, what's up with Suga?
K-pop. He's talking about K-pop.
What's up with Suga? He's about his gains. Like, you didn't say
Yeah,
that to
so
me?
there's some guy. I didn't know this. You sent this over. I like the whole Asian boy stock is at an all-time high. And I love it. I remember back in the day talking to Freddie Wong, and he was like, when Tinder first existed, he was like, it's a racist experience. He's like, I've literally put together this profile, completely believable profile with a traditionally handsome man from China, and I get no matches. And this is like 12 years ago. And I remember reading about like I had seen something, could be bullshit, who knows, but it was like an Asian man would have to make this much more money than a white guy, and I don't even know how the fuck they tested it, but I'm referencing some video that probably is nonsense. But like, I just, regardless, if he felt bad, and it was a thing that was in conversation at one point, maybe the Asian male in like 80s, early 90s movies was like a stereotype, usually like weak and horny. And I've noticed like since since like things like K-pop, a lot of media showing more Asian things. It's just, you could just see, like, you even look at TikTok, a lot of white boys out there rocking like hairstyles that I saw in K-pop music videos years ago. And it just feels like Asian boy stock is at an all-time high.
Is this like a post Gangnam style
Years
type
ago.
thing, or what? Or is this later than that even?
Yeah, probably like, I mean, it existed then, like K-pop's been around from like before that, but yeah, it really popped like probably like 2 years
But
after
were
that.
they always about gains? Is the real
No, but that's what's interesting is that I never knew this part here. This guy's Suga, who's he's like kind of like the bad boy in BTS. He's like a rapper, but he's pretty cool. He's had a pretty cool solo career. People always ask me about the K-pop. They're like, "What's up with K-pop? Did you like that shit?" Because it's fucking, you can't be serious about that shit, right? And the way I thought about it was like, these guys are taken as children and trained to be like they're whittled down, and there's thousands of them until there's only 5 of them, of these guys that just from 5 years old onwards go to these camps and are around the same dudes all the time, and they get put in these bands and served as a product, but they're like the best. They're like Spartans bred for war, except it's bred for fucking pop music and music videos and being like models and plastic surgery.
Yeah,
and
it's like a
hairstyles and all
meritocracy.
that.
A meritocracy built on torture.
It's so crazy, but like, you got to be like a crazy person to be able to live this life. You got to be like you're like it's like watching someone from the NFL. Like, you know, you watch football. These are the best of the best people at this particular thing. That's what it is here. And so the fact that this guy, which Lynch sent over here, he used to drink a chicken breast, banana, and a grape juice smoothie because he was about the gains. And no, I didn't know that, but I mean, his nut must taste terrible.
Yeah, but Suga is that it? So he's not really your guy, right? That's not.
Well, he's not my.
Like, you didn't pick up his memoir or anything like that.
So you could be a stan. I have it
Pretty
all.
dark to write your memoir at like fucking 22 because you know you're probably gonna die soon.
Like when you get a band,
Leave that one in.
Oh, Donnie coming off the top rope. Jesus.
just like you're just like with the X-Men or a football team or you got to choose the one that you stan. So who do you stan? And anytime I always like, no matter what, like, you got to choose like your favorite, you know, like, yeah.
But if you knew this about him, would it change your mind? Because he's like Rich Piana. That's who he is to me now. He needs to get protein down so badly. He's blending chicken. Only guys that know blend chicken are guys who are absolutely fucking yoked.
But this is cool because now we know that you're a Suga stan, and that's pretty chill.
I'm not
now
Stan.
You are.
No.
This is.
But if someone asks me, I'm like, yeah, the guy who drinks, who blends his chicken up is Joe.
Now you have to choose your bias though. That's your second favorite. You always got to have a bias also.
I'll back you up.
It's
You're the head of the Jimin fan club.
Yeah, Jimin. That's big. That's
sure.
big.
Why not?
I liked him. I was like, I was like, man, I'd fuck him.
What?
That's how I chose him. I'd be like, I'd fuck that guy. If I was at the bar and I was like, hey, lady, let me get you a drink, and someone's like, yo, that's a dude, I'd be like, okay.
Would
Didn't
you
know that.
Would you make out with your brother for your OnlyFans account?
No, but that's
Promo?
a great question, because the Island Boys were making out with each other to promote their OnlyFans, and it made me think, would you rather make out with your brother and like lie in bed like in like silk underwear or whatever? I didn't see the video. I don't know.
What's next?
You're rolling around like, you know, like you guys aren't like having sex, but you're with your brother in bed, and like your boners and your silk boxers are like banging against each other as you roll around and stuff.
And why do you have boners if you're with your brother?
Because you're selling content, pussy. Take a pill.
Okay.
Get it up, bro. We're filming.
Yeah.
Let's
Okay.
go. Or have Jason Love fuck your wife and then be like, I did it better.
Ooh.
I think.
Wow, this is actually a good one.
Yeah, I know. As soon as I saw the Island Boys, I was like, well, what would
Luckily
you
for
rather,
me-
Turkey Tom?
Luckily, you should have had that question locked and loaded for that one. Would have been
It
perfect.
didn't exist. We didn't know then, or we weren't caught up that the Island Boys were making out.
I think that
I'd like
replaced
to
it.
know. I would like to know Tom's opinion. Actually,
Yeah.
I want to know Goblin's opinion.
Yeah.
Yo,
We didn't ask Goblin
everyone-
about fucking enough.
Everyone wants to know Goblin's opinion. There's people out there that want him as a fourth host, and I think most of the accounts that made that comment are me.
Yeah. I don't like how much you called me and spoke to me about Goblin after the podcast.
I fucking like
You're
that
like,
too.
tell me that guy's chill. You know what it is? The guy Goblin that's chill like that.
Not for nothing.
For nothing, bro.
Not for nothing, but that was one of our better guests, bro.
Does he like dinner? I think he likes dinner. No.
Yeah, this guy.
Tell me
does
you
dinner.
agree.
Do you agree?
Tell me you agree.
Tell me, bro.
Swear on my life.
What are we
No,
talking about?
seriously.
Okay, so I think. Oh, this is a tough one.
I don't have a brother, so I'm pick option one. So I'm just.
I have a sister, which is
abstaining
kind of
completely.
worse in a way.
Yeah,
It's like
because
for-
everyone will be like, "We don't believe you. You're just
No,
sick."
I don't know. It's like worse because it's more plausible. Like I see the Island Boys, and I'm like, I don't believe you. This is. I see what's happening, and it's,
I got a good one. Okay, let me
it's
adjust.
pretty
this. Let me
fucking bad.
adjust
But
this.
when you're doing it with your sister, people are like, you guys shouldn't
no,
do
no,
that.
no, I got it now. Lynch, you go in there and you fuck the Island Boys, or Jason Love is coming to fuck your wife, or you fuck Jason Love, or the Island Boys are coming to fuck your wife. Or let's break it down. Would you rather the Island Boys fuck your wife or Jason Love?
Listen, don't tell
I'd
me
much rather Jason
Don't
Love.
tell you the good. Don't tell you the good name of my wife. But I'm not gonna fuck the Island Boys or Jason Love. So
Would you say?
Gloria Mantooth is a saint.
I said that don't tell you the good name of my wife, and I would, of course, I'm not fucking the Island Boys or Jason Love. So I guess that leaves one option.
I'd rather
None of the
Jason
above.
Love.
Actually, I'm an alpha. I'm the alpha. None. Third option. I beat them all up.
I don't know about that.
Oh, you don't think so?
No.
I feel like I could take the Island Boys.
You think they're gonna pull a blicky on me, and I'm gonna have to run away?
Oh, I'd be so choked talking
I-
at your funeral because you got shot up by one of the
Yeah, you would have won
boys.
that, eh?
I'd much rather
You're like-
fight the Island Boys than
They got enough fight over splitting the bill, and
than Jason Chode or whatever his name
blicky.
is.
You know, that go viral though. You'd probably capitalize on it big time. You guys had the next podcast; it'd be absolutely fire. You'd be like, "Oh wow, Lynch was out for dinner with the Island Boys because they were discussing whether they should fuck or not," and then they put the blicky on him, and that was the end of it. So here's
You
our
know,
new
the
co-host,
Island
Goblin.
Boys rolling around with the Thule. So, Lynch, I got a question.
Roof rack.
Yeah,
You never considered Finn and Min?
financial administration. No,
No, Finn and Min.
15 men. What?
Finn and Min.
I don't know what that means.
You taking 1 milligram of Finn a day from Keeps and minoxidil for him.
He's talking finasteride
Oh,
and
that?
minoxidil.
No,
Yeah.
I never did. I don't regret not doing it because I think it's long-term bad for you.
Yeah.
No, it just gives you like brain fog and makes your dick stop working.
Listen, when I was
Sounds true.
I'm 38. When I was 27, I noticed a little spot starting in the back. And I was like, the fuck? And I went to my doctor and I was like, I'm too young, man. What do we do? And he was like, we have this pill. It's called Propecia. It helps a lot. And I was like, I don't like pills. And he was like, look it up, get back to me. And I looked it up and I was like, hell nah. All the fucking testicular shit, the breast cancer, the libido, the endocrine disruptor.
You're like,
I was like-
I want my hair so that I could do all these things that you're taking.
Exactly. Dude, my exact quote was like, I'd rather be bald with a hard dick
Yeah.
than have my hair and I know like whenever a lot of people do it and don't have side effects, there's people that are getting by fine on it. I'm just the type of guy where I'm not really into taking stuff. I don't like pills, and I'm too anxious. Like I'd be anxious that shit's gonna happen.
It is tough because at the end of the day, being bald is manageable, but obviously having hair is much preferred.
For sure.
I mean, like you'd rather be able to have hair.
It's getting dicey for me. I'm in the fucking. I'm not in the
problem. The
swan
problem
song
with
yet,
being
but-
bald. The problem with the bald head is that not everyone is built for a bald head. I happen to be built to have a bald head. It's okay. Like I can survive with a bald head. There's a few things that come with it. You kind of have to be able to grow a beard. It's one thing, just to like
or else you
allow you
Mr.
to
clean fuck.
Yeah, allow you to have some variability in the way you look instead of looking like a thumb. And then like the actual head shape is a big factor.
Yeah, if you're a
blonde, it's much
baby.
easier. Being blonde is much easier because you can just sort of you can shave your head and keep it like a little bit there, and it's harder to see. But like because I have such black hair, it's like that's it. You see the exact hairline.
Yeah, but I think you care a lot about that.
But what?
Like I think he
doesn't want to end up with the Costanza.
No, I think but he doesn't have that. He
I
doesn't
actually
have that.
think-
He has
no,
he has the Deco Bellic.
He has a deep receding hairline, and it's thinner when it's long, but the coverage is pretty good. And I think that he could rock his
You
hair
gotta get off this.
on the same.
Oh no,
You
we're
gotta get
keeping
off
this in. We're keeping this in.
You can keep it in, but he's been telling me this for fucking.
No, I'm serious. I think he could rock the side of his beard that length. I think that on his head is not even bad at all.
You're
I think
doing
that's a good look.
You're doing like I'm not quite old enough. Maybe in 12 years, sure. Right now, it's like I'm in that weird place where it doesn't really work. But
What's so
you're
12
crazy-
years, it's going to be gray up there.
No,
that's better.
You think it's 12 years, and I get it, because that's when I'm like, yeah, that's when I'll get married and have a kid.
Yeah.
It's now, bro. We are there now. With 12
Yeah.
years from now, it's us now. Like that's what we are.
Okay,
Like, we're
okay,
late.
but like,
whatever you're thinking
you're
is
doing
like
what I
actually
do.
happening now.
you're doing what I do to you, like making that suggestion that I think is hilarious for me. That
I don't think it's hilarious. I think it's actually like it'll make your life easier, and it's chill.
Is that
You
what
tell
you
me?
Is that
No,
what you
he
do to
tell-
people, Lynch?
No, he
No,
tells
it's just-
me.
You tell them
like,
the wrong thing.
No,
'cause
no,
it's
He'll tell
funny.
me that I should have like a dangling Star of David earring in one ear, and it's always a pretty good idea. And it's
That's
pretty
a good
hilarious.
one, yeah,
He'll
I
be
like
like,
it.
like I'm wearing a do rag in an old episode of Epic Mealtime, like one of Lynch's oldest suggestions, being like, you should wear a do rag. Like he called me up, like when Epic Mealtime first popped off, he was like, yo, you should wear a do rag in an episode. I was like, why? He's like, just be hilarious. And then I remember laughing for an hour at it. And then the next episode, it's like the giant protein bar, and I'm wearing a do rag. And then I remember they sold our shirts at Hot Topic. I walk into a Hot Topic and they have me on the screen there. I'm standing there in like an Under Armour zip up jacket and a do rag, and I'm like yelling about like nonsense. And it's literally, I have the do rag because Lynch was like, "Yo, you should wear a do rag." I'm like, "Why?" He's like, "It'd be funny."
That's a deep.
And just so you guys know, in like
no one
2011,
knows that.
mad jokes to be wearing a do rag at
Yeah.
Epic Mealtime
Yeah.
episode for no reason other than my cousin called and he was like, "Yo, you should wear a do rag. It'd be funny." And I'm like, "For you, all right,
That's
buddy."
important to me.
First
Yeah.
request.
I used to chill
huge
with a
deal.
lot of white guys that unironically wore do-rags.
You had an
I ne-
entire do rag era of your life, even.
I never wore one, but
But
I
you were
have
always
worn
adjacent.
many bandanas.
Is it
Yeah.
is it racist to wear a do-rag?
Honestly, I feel like it is at this point.
Like
I
it's
just
like
do.
cultural
I've
appropriation or
gone
something?
I've gone so far around into my own woke.
I'm not. No, but I'm not
that
saying
back
like, oh,
to being
yours in
like,
the past. But
No, I'm
saying like,
I'm back to being like I'm at this point. It's racist to even ask. Of course, it's not racist. Wear your do rag.
like you're in a
Wear your do rag, Derek.
You're gonna rocking one to
put on your do-rag, Russell.
Yeah, I feel like the do rag is kind of like, at least I haven't seen that many do rags around like lately.
Yeah, it's been a fucking dog's age. But
I could wear. I think like any wrong decision these days turns into like something that's like fashionably brave. It seems people wearing the ugliest fits out there.
It's fucking crazy, man.
Yeah, because they're dressed like losers in 1998.
Exactly.
Like in 1998, it was wrong, and now
Exactly.
so
And,
that's why
yo,
you can wear a do rag and probably be like chilling.
If I could bring up again that my girlfriend's 10 years younger than me, which makes her 28. I went to a party with her of like her friends, and
They're rocking do rags.
No, no. Honestly, I probably would.
If you walked in to meeting your girlfriend's friends and all the guys were white guys wearing do-rags, you'd be like, this is some pretty racist shit going on here.
Oh,
I'd
real
be
quick,
like-
real quick. It's not racist for you to wear a do-rag, any of us. But if we had a party and we were like, do-rag party, you have to wear a do-rag. I don't know now. Now it's
Yeah.
a bit weird.
Like, bring an Afro pick.
No, that's crazy.
Cut that.
Relax. That's crazy.
So yeah, I get to this part, bro. I didn't.
You're
dress up.
Blasian though, so you can say that joke.
That's true. We already established that. You're right.
I'm just wearing like jeans, nicer blue jeans with like a plaid button-up shirt, open with a t-shirt under it.
Well,
Kind
I
of
was wishing with nothing under it.
No, yeah, open with nothing under it. And I'm just kind of dressed like, I don't know, not fancy, not whatever. And I get there and everyone's dressed in like Salvation Army faded fucking clothing. And
Like the pants fit bad.
the pants fit bad. The collars are baconed and the blacks are faded. And I'm just like, what the fuck?
You're like, this is it now.
I felt kind of weird. I
And
felt like Steve Buscemi.
you're wearing like your On It gear and like a Fall Raven backpack.
I'm like
He was wearing Red Wing boots.
Yeah, Red Wing.
Yeah.
That's right. Yeah.
I'm like fucking lumber sexualized, and these people were lost and found gear from 1996 gym class, and yeah, it felt weird. It felt weird.
Mhm.
I felt like weird.
I don't know, man. I almost bought a pair of Ronnie Krieger as shoes the other day. Like
Ronnie Krieger. Who's Ronnie Krieger?
Oh, come
You
on,
went
dude.
to Hebrew school with Ronnie Krieger. You don't remember? You
I know
grew up
that-
on West Park.
Robbie
mean?
Krieger is the guitarist from The Doors.
If you saw the Ronnie Krieger shoes, you'd understand what I'm talking about. Come on. I thought you were a skater, bro. We already established this episode.
yes.
Okay, you're kind of touching a deeper fucking core memory now that you say
He's
that.
a more text. More
He has
textile,
skate shoes.
more flat ground.
Krieger.
They re-released because that's the thing is you're saying they're now re-releasing all these skate shoes that like even
Lynch, you love bearing the lead in exchange for like a little pop quiz to Donnie. The
What do
people at
you
home
mean?
are like, what the fuck are Kriegers, bro? Who the fuck is Ronnie Krieger? And you're
Krieger?
like, you don't know
hardly
Ronnie
know
Krieger.
her.
But you don't know Ronnie Krieger?
I thought Donnie was
I
about
thought
that
you
life.
did that, though.
I do have a question for you that you definitely know something about, and maybe you can shed some light on people's motivation because it's been plaguing me for the last like few weeks ever since the Ocean Gate Titan sub debacle happened.
Yeah.
I was super into that story. Obviously, like many people were. I was following it. I was being served to me on all my algorithms, and that slowly morphed into being served caving videos.
Okay.
Like a lot of caving videos.
It's so funny. They're like, so you like claustrophobia, death stories.
Yeah,
do ya?"
exactly. That's how they read it, and I was like, okay. And then I've been being served up so many caving videos, and
Spelunking.
I don't understand the motivation. I understand jumping out of a plane. I get it. Wanting to go and see the bottom of the ocean. I get that, honestly, on some level. Going to space, I get it.
Yeah.
Going into the tightest space you can imagine to try and like eke your way through.
It's
To what
crazy.
end? What's the point of this?
Dude,
I don't
so-
get the motivation. Can someone please explain? In fact, I have a video here for you too, by the way, to watch if you'd like. Just
It's
to
like
see.
an adventure thing. I get it in terms of like I go solo hiking and stuff, but like even if I go off the trail a bit, I've got maps and I know where I am. A lot of this shit is sort of uncharted. They go off not knowing if they could get there. Plus, I don't know if this is the right terminology in terms of cave shit, but there's something called being ledged up, where you can't go forwards or backwards.
Yeah. I
Like
see
you
that.
can go through something where it's like, okay, I can't climb back up, and there's nowhere to advance to.
But what kind of sicko do you got to be into
And
this?
dude, not just that, you know how unpredictable water levels could
That's
be in
what I'm
these caves?
saying. Yeah, I saw one where water starts flowing in. The guy's
That's
like,
it.
I'm stuck. I'm like, what
Yeah,
the
yeah, yeah. And
fuck?
it just
Why
starts
are you
filling.
filming? Why are you filming right
It's
now?
like
What is
hey,
going on?
why do you think this cave exists? What do you think made this cave? It was fucking
erosion
water,
from the
dude.
water,
It
yeah.
was water.
Yeah, erosion
So
from
yeah,
the water. I don't
if you're
get
in
it.
you're like, huh, it's quiet, a little too quiet.
I've been waiting to figure it out. But I thought maybe I'd watch enough caving videos that I'd be like, okay, I understand now. And each time, I never understand.
I don't
and
know.
the best part
I
about
don't
these
want to
videos-
insult anyone, but I feel like it's kind of a stupid thing.
But the best part about these videos is like, warning, caving should be done with a guy. Oh, really? Caving should be done with a guide. They show the most stressful video of a guy trying to squeeze through this.
Yeah, with a guide. It's like, dude, there's not room for two of us in here.
Do you think they like to be put in like, is this like a kink or something? Like what is this? I don't get it.
I don't know why you took it there.
I don't know. They seem like they want to.
You ever have sex with a weighted blanket on?
Terrible video, by the way. Of this guy.
How bad is that video?
I barely made it out of there. Yeah, I don't like that. I hate when people go under like the water.
Yeah,
To the cave under the water, and they're like, there's a stretch here for about 30 feet where you're gonna have to take off your oxygen tank and hold your breath to the other side. And it's like, you want me to do a maneuver like that?
Yeah.
Like, what if something gets in my eye because my goggles come loose or some shit?
My eyes, the goggles do nothing.
I got a good video for you here also, by the way. You're gonna need this one.
Oh, okay.
I wanted to give it to you guys a bit earlier.
Yeah, you did.
Harley, do you know their motivation for doing this?
Yeah,
you know the motivation.
What insight is he gonna provide?
It's the freestyle. What's his name? The guy that climbs barehanded. I get it. He explained it perfectly.
I get
What's
that.
his fucking name again?
Alex
It's the
Honnold.
same shit.
Thank you.
What's the movie called? Free
Solo.
He just climbs
but
up.
I get
he does
that.
walk right. It's
more
the
than I
same
get
thing.
this.
It's the
No,
same
it's
thing.
not the same thing. That's
Yeah,
not
it
the
is.
same thing.
It
Okay,
is.
I
It's just-
disagree.
It's a similar thing.
It's just timed. It's just you don't care about life like that. Like you get a rush from doing a particular thing.
I guess I'd rather fall to my death than be stuck in a cave with water filling in. Personally.
Anyways, so I put this link here. This is good. This is video title, thumbnail quality shit right here. This one with Lynch's face, first thumbnail, Lynch being like, and it's bald groom beaten over fake hair.
Oh, you're right in my fucking wheelhouse right now with that one, dude.
Bro,
that is
Bald
perfect.
groom beaten over fake hair. You love that, eh?
I love it. Yeah.
They think this
That's the
hair
face.
was real?
Look at Lynch's face right now. That's the going on the thumbnail with this bald groom. You take your hat off and make a face like
He's so sad. He's
yo,
begging.
come on, you got to take your hat off and be like,
For the
The
thumbnail?
kids are
Yeah, for the
crying. They're
thumbnail,
like,
for the
our dad
thumbnail."
is bald.
It's
they don't like, I mean, you can get beaten up way worse out there at a
But
wedding. I've seen
I-
videos.
I am reading the comments here, and it sounds like being bald as an Indian man is not a good look.
You know what?
It's
Never
problematic.
thought about it, but I did always think about like 9 out of 10 times when I'm like, "Tsk, fucking good set of hair. It's like an Indian dude. Like 9 out of 10 times I'm like, "Tsk, look at that. That's like full, like this guy's double my age and his hair is jet black and thick. Like, and it's, I guess there, but there,
this guy
it
lied
said-
though. This guy's a liar.
well, it's funny because it's apparently there. It's attached to fertility. So when you're getting when you're trying to find a match for when you're trying to
What
find a
the
bride,
fuck?
when you're trying to find a bride and you're a bald guy, you can't even have kids, bro. You can't even grow hair. So they're associating it to infertility. So they didn't like, the bride side of the family didn't like that he was wearing a wig or whatever, and they were like, well, we're gonna fuck him up for that.
This is a rare day where you just showed me a subreddit that I've never seen or heard of.
Yeah, this is new to me today, and it's new to me today, and I saved it. And it's funny, Lynch, because there's this stand-up here from a little bit from Jim Jeffries, and he's like, yo, we pick on bald people all the time, and no one says shit. And he's like, what's up? He's like, people are like you see bald guys, and you're like, yeah, whatever,
targets.
baldy. And he's like, you know what we call bald people in England? We bald shave them all the time. We call them slaphead. He's like, we're literally threatening you with violence on your bald head. You know, we called them slaphead. And he's like, and not only that, but in society, God forbid you grow your hair out when you're bald and maybe comb it over. Oh, he's like, look at this guy. He's a fucking loser. And he goes, or if you wear a wig as a man, you're the biggest weirdo ever. He said, if you wear a wig and you go to a party, Jim Jeffries was saying this, if you wear a wig and you go to a party, when you leave, everyone's talking about how you have a wig. everyone's talking about your wig. And it's 1,000% true. Like, that's something that, like, we Donnie and I literally were smoking before this, and he was just like, yeah,
Hey.
this guy's house.
Whoa.
Doxed. This is
Sorry,
why my
Donnie
face
and
is
I were
blacked out.
69ing, standing up. I was the one doing the holding, though. He was the dangle. He was the
Obviously.
upside down dangle.
Bro, you got like fucking 6 inches on me in each direction.
Hey, I wish. Yeah.
I feel bad for this guy, actually. Like, watching the video, he's getting smoked. You can see the pain in his eyes. He looks like he's in pain.
You know what he did? Because you know why? And this is like, I know this is like, this is going to be racist, kind of, but I don't think so. Anyways, when an Indian person does this, when an Indian guy does this,
Okay.
they're never playing. That's never this. By the way, I'm putting my hands together, like begging, like please, 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 please. And he does that in the video, and it is kind of low key heartbreaking. And anytime I've ever seen an Indian person do that, there was never a manipulative or it was the most sincere.
It was like it was a timeout. That's the Indian timeout.
Please, I beg you.
White people do the tea, and Indian people do it together.
Time out.
Yeah.
You know, it's his eyes are what make me feel sad for him. He looks just so sad about the whole scene. He's getting absolutely
and he's got his hand on his head, like he's holding his head,
and they're
like,
trying to like pull it. Yeah.
Don't take it. No one can take it from me,
dude.
And he's like surrounded by children.
Yeah, and they're crying too.
You know,
think about it.
And they all have great hair.
You've had. Every shitty moment you've had thinking about it is condensed into that one incident for him.
Yeah, and you know,
every bit of bald shame you've ever had, this guy's
we're not about bald
shaming in a nuclear bomb.
On this podcast, we're not about bald shaming, right? We're here to stand up for all the bald,
bro.
Because it is
bald.
true.
I've never met a bald man that can't kick my ass. Larry David. It's like,
listen, it's a tough cross to bear.
Did you meet him?
No, that's why I said I've never met a bald man. I was like, because I've yet to meet him. I think I don't think anything ever for a millisecond. Am I like, this guy? He's bald. Yeah, right. Him, the bald guy. Like I never think of that.
People think it. It's definitely
Lit. 100%.
When I see the bald cap,
don't just think about it. People fucking stress about it. Lynch, you probably lost your hair stressing about ever being bald at some point.
You know what? Being bald, it was more the decision. That's like that timing when you finally make the decision. You're like, you know what?
There's a point of no return.
Yeah, but Lynch was talking about this at like 15.
No,
like at 15, his hairline's a bit high, and he's like, anyways, I got a good head. I'm ready to shave it when that time comes. And you even jumped the gun. Everyone was like, now? You could go for 2 years. You're like,
I got one haircut.
I
got one haircut that just I was like depressed. I was like,
I have a buddy that went early too. He actually listens to this show also, and same kind of thing. And also a super jack guy. Yeah, he was fucking first sign of it. He was like, "That's it. I'm fucking going Charles Barkley."
It's tough. Listen, it's tough. Some people also just don't have good head, like a good head to be shaved. It's really a difficult position to be in. I think you're right. People do make fun of bald men, like just. With there's no like they don't care
behind their backs
or in their faces.
I dare you to call Pat a slap head.
You know what? I guess I'd rather have a bald head than be short.
Oh, fucking! There goes all our bald short listeners. Sorry, guys. We respect you.
No, I'm just trying to think of what people.
I'm trying to think of
what we make fun of, like because short guys also catch a lot of flack.
I love it. I'd rather have like big, bushy, curly hair and a miserably small dick.
That's a lie.
That's my life.
How miserably small are we talking?
It's only like that because my legs are so big.
Dude,
my dick on you would look great.
Do you put
look great?
Do you put your dick through Facebook?
Seen your dick on me and it did not look great.
This belly dancer guy.
Have you seen this guy before?
Yeah, is that the guy that's like that? Yes, bubble, bubble, bubble.
I don't know. I saw him once, and then he just started popping off, and he's.
Oh yeah, this guy's been popping for a while.
Say dub.
This guy is like the perfect cast member for Epic Mealtime.
He has the most unhealthy belly that just exists separate from his body.
Worse than Bert Kreischer.
Well, no, he's got a solid hard one. I feel like.
Well, those are deadly. Those ones.
Because it's not even a belly, it's an inflamed liver.
If you hit it, it sounds like a wooden barrel, I bet. This one sounds like a wet
Those
cup
big
of-
hard bellies are some of the most fascinating things ever.
Oh yeah, look at this thing. He's got like centrifugal force. He's basically twerking. This is like fat man twerking.
Yeah,
He is
people are
working,
down.
right?
Yeah. He's like
that's-
riding the wave.
Hold on, let me make a thumbnail for fat guy twerking. His bit is so funny. TikTok, like my bit was like I'm sure people saw Epic Mealtime back in the day and they'd be like, look at this fucking asshole. He goes to McDonald's, orders like 200 burgers and puts it in a fucking bowl, blends it up, shoves it up his ass and calls it art. And like, then I'll go around for like 12 years being like 15 Baconators, 15 Big Macs, 15 McChickens, and a blender with bacon. And like, that's the bit. But if that was a simplified, stupid bit that went on for too long, this guy for like a year now at least has been playing this song and just jiggling his belly, and he's like pulling up to like the fucking Nike flagship store, and it's like skibbity bobbity bip bip bop, and his belly shit, and they're like hooking him up with shoes. He's pulling. This guy could pull up to any fucking Turkish
he's a victim
restaurant.
of his own success.
It might go longer than you think.
He salt bait himself.
Well, as I'm saying, Salt Bay. I mean, this guy was running strong until he pretty much went to the World Cup, and everyone was like, "Oh, we hate this guy."
But things these things happen faster now. He had like a talent there still, whether or not he liked the restaurant or not. He did have a talent, like he knows how to cook.
Well, like for years, people like, can you imagine walking to Salt Bay?
Does he know how to cook?
Yeah, he does. He knows. He knows how to cook meat. He does it. You're not eating his meat that he's cooking when you see him, but he knows what he's doing, and he does know how to make like a.
Because that's salting off the out like that.
That's his shtick.
I know, but that's actually
a
really stupid way to do anything.
Yeah, he's he knows his food there.
We got a lot of faith in Salt Bay. Eh?
Didn't he just kind of have a recent controversy?
Yeah, he sucks. He sucks. But the point that I was making is it's these things happen faster now, even though Salt Bay, like the jiggling of the belly, like no one's going to like the restaurant because the guy shakes his belly. But something that's happening fast. Something that's happening fast and is not really going to last long, in my opinion, or I'll be shocked and I'd be like, well, that's.
I think it's got legs.
I'm not talking about this person.
The belly.
Something. Yeah, this has been going on for over a year. I said this is like this guy's here. This guy's here. I just don't think he's opening restaurants. Hold up, the Pinky Doll, gang. Ooh, ice cream so good. Ooh, ice cream so good. Gang. Yes.
What are we talking about?
Ooh, got me feeling like a cowgirl.
You haven't seen that?
Gang.
It's been like kind of popping off. People,
you know, I'm not on fucking TikTok.
Ice cream so good.
They go live on TikTok.
Got me feeling like a cowgirl. It's a girl from Montreal who makes like $7,000 a day allegedly, doing that, talking like an NPC AI character.
What is this?
Hold on, how is she making so much money?
Because she's on
donation?
TikTok live for a long
this.
time, and people pay.
Drop this for me.
Yeah, she's her name's Pinky Doll, and I was shocked. I was like, oh, she's from Montreal. That's so crazy. And then I heard her speak, and I'm like, oh, she sounds like she's from Montreal.
She was like, gang.
Yeah, but she's got such a bit here that is so peculiar.
She's definitely a pretty girl.
Gang.
So also it's funny because she talks like an NPC this whole time, but then she has a kid, and sometimes she like gets mad at the kid.
Oh, on the
she's
line.
like gang. Ooh, ice cream so good. What are you doing? I told you to go to bed. Go to bed. Don't break the TV. You're gonna break the TV. Go to bed. Leave the dog alone.
You know what's funny is you sent me that video.
Gang.
And I had seen it. And I had looked at it for about 10 seconds.
Which video?
You sent me a video of that specific creator,
Pinky Doll.
Pinky Doll a couple days ago, doing that gang, like whatever that shit is. And I actually came across that video previously, like the day before or something like that. And I remember looking at it and being like, what the fuck is this bullshit? And I just continued on.
And then you're like, wait, it's a whole ass thing? I told you Fousey was 24/7 live. Also,
you did not say 20. No. You sent me a clip and we
Fousey
debated whether it was
H3.
recent. We debated whether it was recent.
I was pulling up to the gas station. I was pulling up to the gas station and we were talking. We had a whole other conversation about Fousey. A second after we had already spoke about
a whole
that,
other.
like it was like a week after that, and I was like, oh, he's been live the whole time. He's trying to get to the top of Twitch. He's been live since he tried to cut in line there. And for those listening, Fousey went up to a line. It was a lineup of like 50 people, and Fousey walks up and he's like,
I saw that.
He's like, I want to
buy your
cut
place.
in line. I'll no, that's not what he said, and that's important. He walked up and he said, buy me my coffee, I'll buy yours. I'll pay for your coffee.
I'm mixing up his story and yours.
Yeah, she's like, no, I don't want you to buy my coffee. I don't want that. And he looks at the next person, like, can I buy your coffee? You'll buy my coffee and I'll pay for yours. And she's like, no. He's like, I'll even give you a little extra. She's like, no. He's like, I'm 60, and he's live streaming. He's like, I'm 69th in live stream. I need to keep it going. I need to have content. I can't be waiting in line. That's not content. And they're like, sorry, buddy. And he's like, what the fuck? Humans used to be all about interaction, and now we're not even about interaction.
Yeah,
like, what the hell?
My family owned stores. Yeah.
My father used to let people borrow meat, and then they could pay him later. And it's just like kind of like a weird thing. But I was like, man, you went up to people who are, there's like 20 people in line. You went up to the first person. You're like, I'm going to buy your coffee. Why? If I were behind them, I'd be like, no, buy my coffee. I don't want your coffee to be made before me, and you're going to pay for her. I pay for my coffee too.
And then the third guy's going to say, no, me.
Exactly. Or what you can't do is you can't go there and be like, I'll pay for your coffee because it's a fucking coffee. We're all good. Everyone's good. Anyone that's ever stood in line for a coffee can pay for their own coffee, and they probably don't give a fuck unless they're at Starbucks and it's like a $12 coffee at Starbucks. And they don't care. So you have to come in and not be like, I'm the most highest earning Twitch streamer this month. I'll give you a couple bucks extra. You have to come in and be like, yo, I am going to give you $50 for your spot in line. You go to the back. Because what you're buying here is you're buying the spot. She's getting one coffee made. If she's adding your coffee is now being made by the barista in front of everyone. You have to buy the spot, not bribe her with $2 on top of the coffee that you were going to buy for her, especially after you come in hot and be like, I'm a famous YouTuber and now I'm on Twitch making money. You got to come. When I went to Pequod's Pizza in Chicago, I pulled up. I was like, I'll give you $250. I would have bought the spot in line. He's been live since. And I watched him on H3 a bit today after you said that.
Yeah, I watched a bit today also.
He's it's so interesting because he's so knowledgeable about how he came off. Like a couple years ago when he was all with the whole Drake, Tyler Perry put me in his movie, and he talks about it and he's like open about it. And it does seem like he's fully aware about it, but he also doesn't seem like that different from that person. But I don't know Fousey personally like that. I've had like a handful of conversations with him. And so like, I don't really know him. And
didn't he get your dog for you?
Fousey, actually, this is a secret. Fousey came to the YouTube headquarters. No, it could be came to the YouTube headquarters and he had a Yorkie with him. And I was like, where'd you get that dog? He was like, I just bought it. And I was like, where? And he was like, some Asian bitch. No, he didn't say that, but she was. No, I'm kidding. And so I was like, oh, okay. And I want that dog too. So
an hour 22 on that one.
I went and I found no, that's good. That's good too. Yours are worse.
Fuck yeah. Mine are like real.
Can't believe that's your inspiration.
Yeah.
So I got my dog because it's Fousey's dog's brother. And Fousey, this R.I.P., God bless him, Fousey's dog's been dead for years.
Oh, man.
And my dog
took the good one?
My dog's so much less capable.
You took the good one.
Nah,
your
bro.
dog
I think he low-key killed his dog to promote another YouTube channel that he has. I'm just kidding. That's a joke. He wouldn't do that. That'd be so nuts. He would never do that.
I can't believe he's popping off right now. I'm surprised he's popping off.
That's a good eyebrow. That was perfectly subtle. That was
But I am joking. It's
Yo.
entirely well, no, R.I.P. to Dollar. But no, that is entirely a joke.
Yo, you know what's fucked up is that when his dog died, Dr. Tony Huge was sleeping downstairs.
Fuck. Listen, you know what's undeniable? Fousey has provided us some of the best content over the last 10 years. Some of my favorite videos.
Some of the best Fousey content I ever got in my life.
That Keemstar tour there.
No. Some of the best Fousey content I got in my life was standing at a kitchen table, blasting lines, hearing stories come out of Vitali's mouth.
We're gonna cut that one. We're gonna cut that one, or what?
Yo, they don't have anything on me. Keep it in.
I forgot that him and the two of them were exposing each other in the most ridiculous way.
Whoa.
They're like, bro, your pranks are fake. Nah, bro, your pranks are fake.
I went on a trip.
You fucked him in Brazil for money.
Yeah, he's like, I went to Brazil and I hated it. I was with Vitali and he was fucked up all the time. Fucking horse. So I was like, damn. I was like, we know Fousey was getting down. Hold on, so he's like back now. So he's got this, he's killing it on Twitch. Is that what's going down?
Remember that video that guy sent Vitali? Vitali had this video. It was him at a bar in like South America somewhere, and he was so fucked up that the guy next to him took his phone and was filming him like, hey, remember this video? Because look how you looked. I could have fucking taken your money and your phone, and I could have taken this and uploaded it to your YouTube channel. You got to be better, man. Make sure when you watch this video, it means something. And the whole time in the video, it's Vitali like, like literally fucking so obliterated. It's literally the guy's being like, this is very serious, and it is like low-key sad, but it's hilarious because he's like, like fully
scarcely human,
tripping, and he's like, looks like he's having a great time. He's at the bar and he's like rubbing his own face, like, and this guy's like with broken English, like cussing him out in the video, and it's just there. And Vitali was showing it to me, and it was just, unfortunately, extremly hilarious to me.
Oh man, are we allowed to have Vitali on?
And then Fousey killed his dog. No, I'm kidding. R.I.P. Actually, I am joking. It's a weird bit. I should stop that. Can you imagine, like, beating up the groom because he's bald, and it was Fousey?
He's not bald. He has
a tattoo. Yeah,
his tattoo.
And you know what? I'm not gonna lie. Doesn't even look bad. The tattoo.
We got to fit.
Honestly, I think I mentioned this to my girlfriend once where I was like, hey, I'm like not against the tattoo. I kind of think it's an elegant solution. And
just whatever
she
you
was
do,
like,
go to like an esthetician to do it.
Wait, an elegant solution for what?
I'm saying like a buzz, like a fucking like prison break tattoo, like haircut kind of thing.
Oh, like a real tattoo, you mean?
Yeah,
like something that's not
like you're gonna like
not
tattoo
like fake hair,
like a Caesar haircut hairline, like brown under your hair close.
No, he's gonna get a Fjallraven logo on it.
I want to look like a Lego man.
A little piece.
Yeah, I want like a fucking.
I thought you meant you were gonna get like
haircut.
you're like a dragon with two bears like circling around your head, and that's.
I have this bit that I'm working on.
Okay, yeah.
Where it's like people are they take it. Hey, nobody fucking copy this, Harley. I see you.
Hey, let me get my pen and pad.
It's funny. No one stole it.
No one knows that.
Harley.
No one knows that Donnie came up with what up, ribs,
and all these bitches.
Sauce Boss is based off Donnie,
and bacon.
Actually.
I'm a gay kosher vegetarian.
I forget what I'm saying now. So, I have a bit.
You have a bit, yeah. What's your
I have a bit where the bit is like people fucking care way too much about what their first tattoo is gonna be. Like, it's got to mean something. And like, it's like people try. So I'm going to get, and it's like so obscure. It only means something to them. And like, we're supposed to care about their story. And so like, they'll put so much effort into picking what their first tattoo will be. But then once they get a tattoo, they're way too lax about what subsequent tattoos are. At first, they're like, it's my grandfather's birth date with my baby's heartbeat wrapped in my husband's fucking foreskin. And it's like a whole thing. And then their second tattoo's like an onion. And they're like, I got an onion on my forearm now.
Or it's like
an onion.
Or they're like, it's cum, but it's in my neighbor's handwriting.
They're like, it's the Sumerian word for cum.
It is always like first tattoo means a lot. Every other tattoo fucking dumb.
Yeah, every other tattoo is so fucking dumb.
Actually like, it's so funny because over the years, like, I don't care about a bad tattoos. I guess ever since I saw all these people like get that fucking stupid mustache tattoo on their finger, or they'll put like a word on their lip. And
That's
it's
a
just
lot.
so,
When it's like a hot girl that does that, I'm like, what have you done?
she was like, nothing. I was just the hottest girl on Tumblr in 2013. And so
Yeah.
this is the leftovers. And I shake my gut. I'm like, this is my
talking.
leftovers from 2013.
I think you should get a Binge Eater tattoo.
But
Across
the
your neck.
but I think about tattoos like
I think our fans should and put it on our subreddit.
I think about I almost got full. I was at a thing and at Comic-Con and they were doing henna and I was like, I should get henna tattooed. And the tattoo was like all on my arm, except it'll just be like so ugly when I'm on vacation and I have the remnants and no one knows that I'm jokes like that and chill like that.
Exactly. You're like, no, I'm doing this. It's not being done to me.
You should get cream tatted across your neck.
That's pretty good.
And have like a dangling Magen David earring.
At that point, you can do whatever you want, honestly. If you have cream tattooed across your neck, you might as well you're going for it, you know?
I mean,
only God could judge me.
Yeah. What was I just saying a second ago?
The cash rules everything around you?
I think you were taking my bit and destroying it.
What was it?
I don't know.
Taking a bit and making it famous?
Yeah. That's like the fucking...
I made that bit famous.
You're lucky, Timothy DeLaGhetto. I wrote your roast that didn't get published.
Did you? Did you submit to that one?
I submitted you a roast of Timothy DeLaGhetto.
Did I say anything of it?
I don't think so.
Okay.
On another note, just one product I want to hit before we go. Another a mashup product.
No, you want to get mashup?
It's I guess Ding Dongs and Twinkies mashup. Now I've never really had a ding dong before, personally. I've had a Twinkie. Twinkie's pretty just whatever. It's not like anything special, but I was recently having an au caramel. So I was thinking about these types of cakes, and au caramel is absolutely 10 on 10.
See, this is so funny because
caramel is fucking incredible.
So
this shit's very regional, and I feel like we're like losing people. What we got to find what the au caramel fucking equivalent would be.
Well, they don't have ganache.
But like Twinkies has this sort of outsized.
It does have an outsized like
it's like in the pop culture of things.
Yes.
What people think like Twinkie is such a like. I don't know how to describe it exactly.
Dude,
but it has so, like this sort of.
It's so powerful.
It's a reference. People reference it. It's like, you know, Twinkie is a thing everyone knows. You know, and,
dude, it's so powerful that as a Canadian kid, because we don't have Twinkies here, or we didn't. I don't know if we do now.
No, we got Twinkies.
Checked.
We got Twinkies later, but
we had very late.
But we had
like
Swiss
2015.
rolls. We did Swiss rolls. And like guys in the US, honestly, like our Swiss rolls that we were banging out here in the 90s, definitely
better than that little Debbie one.
They were like on par or better than a Twinkie. And this is coming from a person who I prefer vanilla flavoring stuff instead of chocolate.
But Swiss rolls are better.
Swiss rolls were so fucking fire. And for those listening, an au caramel is imagine a square Twinkie, but the cream, instead of being on the inside, it's on top. And in the middle of that is caramel, except that Twinkie filling, imagine it's just a bit thicker. It's not as whipped, and it has caramel in it. And I don't know if you guys know this, but there's a thing called an a Louis. And an a Louis is an a caramel Joe Louis.
I see that.
and it's
see that.
made with chocolate.
as a singular product or something.
Yeah.
You do
Yes.
on
It's
Yes.
an a caramel, but it's just chocolate, and they
I've
call it
never
an
seen that.
a Louis. Yeah, this is a delicious little cake. It's a spongy white cake with a chocolate layer, and there's a pastry cream and caramel on it. And
Look where we're at right now.
They got a
what I was
chocolate
gonna
one,
say, what I was gonna say is Twinkies were such a powerful cultural icon that as a fucking Canadian kid who couldn't get Twinkies, I knew about them for fucking years before I ever tried one.
These are
It's-
all based.
It's
on
in
the name.
every movie and show, and everything
and-
was like Twinkies,
Bro,
and like we couldn't get them.
when you're 7, you want a fucking snowball, a ho-ho, a ding-dong, and a Twinkie.
Never had any of them.
And now that I'm
But-
fucking in my 30s, you know I want a ho-ho on my ding-dong. Fill her up like a Twinkie.
I never had a ho ho or a ding dong.
We actually did a barbecue Twinkie, and it did well that episode. People liked it.
Life is so crazy that I did a barbecue Twinkie and I do not have any recollection of what.
Honestly, it wasn't a
Ho-ho
very good
is-
looking. It was not a very good looking meal, and it did well. Like,
See,
I-
a
also just
ho ho is
1,000
kind of like a Swiss roll. It's essentially a
okay,
Swiss
well, like,
roll.
do you think we need this Ding Dong Twinkie deal right here, or it's just like another?
We don't need this ding dong Twinkie personally. It doesn't get me excited. I mean, I'd much rather the PlayStation pasta combo
PlayStation
here.
Pasta, but you got to go to Italy for that. So
Yeah, no, so be it.
That's okay.
And I think it's so funny in California. They love pop-ups so much.
yeah,
And like I'll go to like LA, and one day I'll be like, oh, this is cool. We just went to the Tatooine bar, Mos Eisley in Hollywood. And
cantina?
then I leave, and then I come back like 2 months later, and I'm like, oh, let's go hit up the Star Wars cantina. And they're like, you mean the Beetlejuice bar? And then I go there, and it's a fucking Beetlejuice theme that is entirely different. And now Sonic the Hedgehog Cafe popping up in San Diego. I mean, Sonic loves chili dogs, and I
is
haven't
that
had
true?
yeah,
What's
in
up
the
with that?
cartoons. In the cartoons,
In
he's
the
obsessed
cartoons,
with that.
I wasn't a big. I just played the games. I didn't really like. I know he likes. He likes grabbing rings, like
Mhm.
running fast. That's all I know.
Yeah, but these look great. The knuckle sandwich, they all look good. It's. I mean, I haven't had a chili dog in a minute, and I actually would fucking love one. If it wasn't practically midnight, I think I would be. If I was a Dollard, I'd be getting
Dude,
in the car. and
midnight or
going,
not,
I want
I'm
a chili dog.
pretty
right now.
hungry right now.
I want a chili dog badly.
Where can we get
Yeah.
a chili dog?
We
could
can't.
drive
We
to
have to get a
LaFleur's.
Michigan.
I prefer a Chicago dog right now.
I got a Michigan. What's a
Chicago.
What's a Chicago dog to you? What would make it a Chicago dog?
It's like tomatoes with salt and pepper, and like it's
Yeah.
like more like you're eating like salad on.
It's
top
you
of
got to get yeah. For me, it's a poppy seed bun with
Yeah.
a hot dog, tomato, pickle,
pickle. Yeah,
celery salt, mustard. I fucking love Chicago
Big
style. I have
time.
to go to Chicago because I want Pequods, I want a hot dog, and I want and since Goblin ain't snorting those baggies anymore, I think I'll take them off his hands.
I'm gonna go get that fucking Chinese bike of
you know,
his.
you actually read my mind because I was I drafted a communication to him to be like, yo, we're gonna be doing some like road trip and food stuff for content. If you're still in Chicago, we'd love to come down and absolutely destroy some Pequods and get a Chicago dog while we're at it. Because like Chicago,
You're hoping he has the hookup, right?
How about
so you
I-
don't have to wait in that 3 hour
I think
line.
Chicago's a great like I'd love to get up like what's more fun to me is going places to eat food than like making a big epic meal in like the kitchen. I'd rather be going to eat at all these fucking fire ass places that exist all over.
Bro, let's do a Europe
Everywhere.
tour.
Yeah, that's season 5. We're talking about season 1 right now. The budget only allows for us to get a
I don't think we
To
get
get
to
like a
season
van.
5 unless we do the Europe tour season 2 and have it pop off.
season 2 is season 2 is
Vietnam?
Vietnam and Thailand, yeah.
Thailand.
Yeah.
Yo, Thailand.
Thailand, and Thailand.
Yeah. Thailand, spit hot fire.
I knew a guy named Dylan, and sometimes I'd be like, "What up, Dylan?" And he'd be like, "My name's Dylan." And I'd be like, "I know, relax."
Right?
Yeah.
Now your brother's
And then he'd be
correct.
like, "Brian, I'm making cheeseburgers. There's not enough for your friends."
I think
You're like-
end this.
when you're like-
End this fucker.
I don't know if this ever happened when you're like 15. You'd be like at your friend's house. And then there's like 2 other friends there too.
This friend
And
is
they're like,
infamous.
I
for
only
this,
have
too.
2 pizza pops. And now it's just like, and one of the guys there is like, bruh, you were at my house yesterday and I gave you 2 pizza pops. And you're like, okay, so you get a pizza. I only have 1 more and it's going to be between you 3. And you're looking at your friends now and it's like,
I'm the one that brought the weed that you smoked that made you want the pizza pop.
yeah, and you have like a shit bargaining chip. You're like, I have 2 toonies.
Yeah. Yeah, like something no one needs.
Yeah, I have
You're
half
like-
a cigarette.
You're like, bro, I'll teach you how to do the skate moves that I do.
And it's just, and that's sad because he was asking you to teach him for a long time. And now he's like, oh, now that I have a pizza pop, you want to teach me the skateboarding moves?
Really?
Okay, we're getting too deep in our life here.
We're very specific memories.
Yeah,
that
listen,
no one
guys.
can relate to.
Thank you so much for listening to the Binge Eater podcast. Leave a comment, leave a review, share it with your friends. You guys are cool, and we like hanging out. Suggest us some guests. Let's fucking go, bitch. Okay.
Even though we know it should just be Goblin again.
It sounds like you want to be the one goblin. You know what? Hey, us.
Hey, DM me, Goblin.